Group. It's so great to see everyone here today. My name is Lisa Park and I am calling in from Las Vegas. So first of all, I want to applaud each and every one of you for showing up here today. And you have already won half the battle, and I will expand on what I mean by that later on. But you are here today because you are seeking something a bit more different from your current situation, and even possibly something that will change your future, not only for yourself, but for your family and your legacy. So since it is a training call, I want to tell briefly about my background a little bit. I will put sprinkles of BOM in there. So let's go straight to the message that I want to share with you today. So as Ellen mentioned, which by the way, Ellen, it's so great to see you. I'm so glad you're back. We love having you here. I have a background in teaching. I taught music privately, and I also had a degree in teaching elementary school students. And because I loved teaching so much, I ended up doing it 7 days a week. I wanted to teach not only one child, but rather many children at one time. And I loved it because I loved watching my students grow and blossom, to see their progress. And it was very exciting and gratifying for me. So I thought I could do this forever. I don't even need to have kids of my own. And I loved it so much. And I was making great money, especially doing something that I loved. To be rewarded for that financially, I felt it was very gratifying for me as well. And although it was something that I loved, sadly, working 7 days a week, I was only able to do this for a couple of years, because I have to say I got burnt out. And even with this love and passion for teaching, there's a sad reality that it wasn't sustainable, meaning that the moment that I am not physically present to teach, the moment that I get sick and I'm not in the classroom, I will stop getting paid. So when I first heard about Nu Skin from my husband, Paul, I first saw it as a sales gig. I thought, great, you do that and I'll do this, which is why he started the business before I did. But he saw something different that I didn't see. Paul didn't see this as a sales gig. He saw it as a business. Yes, the products are phenomenal and they're great, but every company says that their products are great, right? And yes, the compensation it stands out from other network marketing companies, but it was beyond all of that. Number one, it was the success that we saw in his parents as they grew this business. As you may know, Paul's parents, they started this business way before we did, and we started to see the fruits of their hard-earned labor. The seeds that were planted, they were starting to grow. And my skepticism then started to turn into curiosity. How is it that they were earning so much money and they were not going into an office every day for 8 hours a day? And how is it that when my father-in-law, he was recovering from some health issues, he stopped working for a few months, but he was still able to have his monthly income still come in consistently and steadily? And I learned that this was possible because of leverage. And I wish that I had known about leveraged income while I was growing up, because the only way that I learned about how to earn money was to trade my time for money. And we all have 24 hours in a day. But how is it that some are thriving and some are surviving? We all work hard, really hard at what we do, aren't we? And so I wanted to break out of this hamster wheel, because I was expending a lot of energy, but I was still staying at the same place. And I didn't see myself making a significant lifestyle change if I were to continue teaching. And if I wanted to make more money, I simply had to work more hours, which I already maxed out because I was working 7 days a week. So what is leveraged income? I cannot go on with my talk without mentioning what the core of leveraged income is and what makes network marketing and the Nu Skin business so appealing. So I want to show you two different financial vehicles. And I had mentioned what linear income is, which is where you trade your time for your money. And if you don't show up for work, or if you don't open your business, you don't get paid. Leveraged income, on the other hand, is where you're building a network. You're building a team so that your income doesn't depend solely on you. So John D. Rockefeller, he was the world's first billionaire. He said that I would rather earn 1% off of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own efforts. So I would like to show that what that quote looks like in real life. So let's say that I decide that I want to work for 24 hours a day. So I'm working full time, and I decide that I want to work overtime. And on top of that, I decide that I don't want to take any breaks for eating or sleeping because I want to make a lot of money. So I alone, working on my self-employed business or working as an employee, no matter how much I'm getting paid per hour, it means that in 24 hours, I'm getting paid for 24 hours worth of work. On the other hand, if I have 100 people on my team, and let's say they are working 1 hour per day, that means that I can fit 100 hours worth of work in 24 hours. This is the power of leverage. So here are some examples and ways to obtain leveraged income. And it turns out network marketing is one of the examples on this list. So you won't be able to find any Nu Skin stores or products in department stores. And we don't have a storefront. We don't spend money on advertisement, models, actors, TV, or print ads. And because of that, the money that would be spent on all that overhead comes instead to us. The company empowers us to be the advertisement and to be the marketing and face of Nu Skin. And in turn, they are paying us for it. So to very briefly show you for Nu Skin's distribution strategy, we are selling directly to the consumer. We are direct sellers. Yes, Nu Skin is manufacturing the products, and they're also doing all of the scientific research in the background. They're doing the development, shipping, legal, accounting, and all of the busy work and headaches of the business. What we have to do is distribute and market the products and build a sales team to help distribute those products. Let me know in the chat room, what sounds more appealing to you? Send me a 1 if you want linear income, or 2 if you want leveraged income. I hope I see a lot of 2s in there. So I believe that you're all here today because you want freedom. Freedom from having a boss determine your worth. Freedom to take months instead of weeks off for vacation, and freedom to eat anything you want on the menu without looking at the price tag. Freedom to purchase any pretty dress or purse or shoes that you find without looking at the price tag. Freedom to stay at home with your children and work from home, and freedom to even buy your dream house. And if that's what you're seeking, then this might be something that you need to look into more in depth. And ask the hard questions. Be skeptical, because that means that you're curious and that you are seeking to get out of your comfort zone and to create a life that is beyond normal and comfortable. Not only will you be able to change your life, you'll be able to change the life of those that see that same vision as you. So what does it take? It takes action. Leadership isn't a position that's given to you. Just because someone is a manager or you're a president, that doesn't automatically mean that you're a leader. I believe that a leader shows by example through action. So when you're young, did you ever think, oh, my dream is to do network marketing, or I'm going to do this network marketing? First of all, when you're in school, they don't teach you what network marketing is. And as an adult, many usually think of getting a job or starting a business, but many still are not fully aware of what network marketing really is. However, once you understand and fully grasp onto what leveraged income is, there is a paradigm shift that happened for me. And I kind of looked at the world differently. I found a way to break out of my hamster wheel. And it was difficult for me to go back to a job and to go back to life as usual. The toothpaste has been squeezed out of the tube and it cannot go back inside. And that's how it felt like for me when I found out what exactly leveraged income was. And so, did you know that you are networking and marketing every day, several times a day actually, and you may not even know it? When we meet with friends, we tell each other which restaurants are good, which cafe has a nice atmosphere. And if you're a parent, you'll ask other parents which teachers and schools are good. And so we're giving these kinds of recommendations every day without us realizing that we are getting this information through our networks. So for those of you that are here today, if you are a new brand affiliate, LOI, brand rep, there is no better time to talk about this business than when you're starting off, because there's no stronger passion and belief in the business than when you're beginning in this business. So you're full of hope and you're starting to dream again. And if you are several years into this business, then I hope that you will be able to find that spark that you once had when you started. Meaning that both feet have to be in the water, even if you're doing this business part-time. And the only way that this happens is if you are fully recruited. Are you fully recruited? I've tried to do this business with one foot in the water and it didn't take me anywhere. However, you have to be clear that this is your path and that you have to be sure that Nu Skin is your answer to the freedom that you're seeking. Once you make that decision, everything else will fall into place. If you have one foot in and one foot out, you will always be in battle with yourself. So when I was like that and I had one foot in and one foot out, whenever there was a Nu Skin event or meeting, I always was in battle with myself. TEU, convention, having a meeting during dinner time, ooh, I don't know if I can make it. If I go to convention or TEU, I will have to take days off work. I will have to pay for flights, hotel, and food, even babysitting now. I don't know if it'll be worth the investment. And I used to tell myself these things to justify not going without knowing how valuable and necessary it is to attend these events. And because when you're there, you're among leaders that are also like-minded, and that action and effort that you put into getting there is what really counts. Even if you take away just one thing from these events, I believe that it makes it all worth it. And I have people that won't even attend meetings from their own living room through Zoom. There's no commute or traffic, and you can even wear sweatpants during the meeting. I bet you're wearing sweatpants right now. But they still want to attend because they don't see the value in it. Just show up where you need to be. Think of this as part of your job. It's mandatory because it's part of the system that we're following. No wishy-washy choices. It's very clear what needs to be done. So everything sort of became easier in terms of making decisions. Convention, TEU, of course we need to go. Simple. We had to make it happen until we reached our goals. So if you did a demo and your customer didn't buy anything, that is still valuable because you gained experience from your action. So you did a BOM for someone and they said no, or you invited someone to this meeting and they said no. So what? Be proud of yourself for doing that invite or that presentation. You have gained the experience, and the next time you do it, you'll do it even better. But you still show up to that meeting or that demo, whether your invite has come or not, because there could be some value in there for you. So you've heard this BOM before, then listen to it again and again, 100 times. Listen to your favorite speaker, because you will eventually need to do BOMs for your team one day. And the more you listen to it, the more it'll come out of your mouth like butter. And if you don't have a team today, just prepare as though you do have a team, because you want to think like a team elite and think like a blue diamond. So it's all about perspective, isn't it? If you feel like you've heard enough BOMs, then listen to it as though you're going to teach someone about this tomorrow. Then you'll start to look at the different things about the presentation, such as the way the speaker is speaking, or how they transition from slide to slide, or how their tone and pitch changes in their voice, and what kind of slides they're using, because you might be wanting to use some slides for your own presentation too. So I personally love listening to business presentations because even though the content is the same, everyone does it differently because they have a different story, background, and experience. So once you decide and you make a clear choice, all the obstacles will either fade away or you will find a way to break through those obstacles. There is a solution for every problem. So whether this business is new for you, or if you're exploring and researching to see if you want to come along with us on the Nu Skin journey, or if it's been many years into the business for you and you want to find your spark again, ask yourself, have you made a clear decision and choice to do this business wholeheartedly? You've got to jump. So I want to talk to you about courage. While you're doing this business, you will face failure. It's not you might or you will a little bit, you will face failure. And I have faced many failures. And the difference between when you're starting and when you become a Blue Diamond or Team Elite is that the Blue Diamond Team Elite has just failed more than you. Rejection from family and friends, that's a given. And we've had many heartaches and tears while growing our team. And I've also had entire teams just crumble because of our own failures. And I've heard so many hurtful things. My husband has even heard from his childhood best friend, don't go to jail doing your pyramid scheme. So you will be faced with negativity, criticism, and rejection. And this is inevitable, but instead let us become stronger and let us not care too much about the people that don't believe in you, that don't support you, because your dreams are different from theirs. And what you want is different from what they want. So I'm not saying these things to scare you, but rather to prepare you. Let us have a stronger mindset than that. So don't wish for things to be easier, but rather wish for you to be better. We can't control the outcome of what the other person will say, and we can't control the wind or the tides of the water, right? You can only control the way that we respond to rejections and obstacles. Fall down 7 times, stand up 8. I got that from Jeff Gamagami. Have you ever watched a game live or on TV and say, why did they do that? What's wrong with them? If it was me, I wouldn't do that. Why are we, the ones that are sitting in the stands, not doing anything, drinking beer and eating hot dogs, yelling and cursing at the players? Why are we so critical of the players in the field that are working so hard to win the game? And why are the people all the way in the back the loudest? They're all the way up in the nosebleed seats and they're screaming the loudest because they are way in the back and the players can't even hear them, but they need to just shut up and we need to not listen to them. So let us be the players in the field. Don't be the spectators. And have people cheer you on when you go on a success trip, when you go up on the stage to be recognized for all the hard work that you put into building your business. And so I was watching a Netflix special by a researcher and storyteller by the name of Brene Brown. And she talks about courage. And she shares a quote by Theodore Roosevelt that I want to share with you as well. It is not the critic who counts, not the man who points out how the strong man stumbles, or where the doer of deeds could have done them better. The credit belongs to the man who is actually in the arena, whose face is marred by dust and sweat and blood, who strives valiantly, who errs, who comes short again and again, because there is no effort without error and shortcoming, but who does actually strive to do the deeds, who knows great enthusiasms, the great devotions, who spends himself in a worthy cause, who is at best, knows in the end, the triumph of high achievement, and who at its worst, if he fails, at least he fails while daring greatly, so that his place shall never be with those cold and timid souls who neither know victory nor defeat. Let us live in the arena. Let us be courageous. Let us be brave with our life. Let us show up and take chances. Be a player in life. If you're brave with your life, you will know failure. And I'm sorry to say this to you, you are going to fall. You are going to fail. I hate to repeat myself. You will know heartbreak. But you are going to know failure if you are brave with your life. Thomas Watson, he said, the way to success is to double the rate of failure. It is inevitable, right? So welcome it. So what's next? Action. Massive, determined, repeated action. There's a saying that to perform in the famous Carnegie Hall in New York City, there are 3 things that you need to do. Practice, practice, practice. And when you're in real estate, there are 3 things that you need to look for: location, location, location. In Nu Skin, there are 3 things that you need to do: talk to people, talk to people, talk to people. That's it. Whether it's through text, social media, over the phone, in person, it doesn't matter. New blood is the lifeblood of this business. Talk to people. If your mouth is closed, your business is closed. Whatever it takes. Rejection, let us not be afraid of it. Again, fall down 7 times, stand up 8. Our critics aren't paying our bills or our car payments or our insurance. And our critics aren't going on success trips 2 times a year for free in the most beautiful beaches of the world. So I want you to think about a scale from 1 to 10, 1 being I'm not interested at all in this business, and 10 being yes, I'm ready to sign up or recommit to this business. 1, 2, 3, the timing for a business might not be right for you. So try some of our products and you will love it. 4 to 7, you're curious and you're interested, but you need more information. You're asking yourself right now, is this for real? Which means you need to experience our products and dig deeper and learn more about the business. If you're at an 8, 9, 10, you've tried our products and you love it and you believe in the company and that the opportunity is real. The only thing that's holding you back is the question that you're asking yourself, can I do it? The only way to answer that question is through action and experience. So just how I can read an instruction booklet on how to swim, you won't really know how to swim until you go in the water. So go in the water, put both feet in, and let's get started. Nu Skin is ready. Are you ready? When will you be ready then to break away from asking your boss when you can take your lunch break or when you can take time off to spend time with your family? When will you be ready to create an asset for yourself or where you can go on a vacation for weeks at a time and go when it's off peak when everyone else is in school or at work, because vacations are best enjoyed when it's less crowded to travel on the off peak times. So give yourself a chance to create a lifestyle where you don't have to wake up to an alarm clock or someone else telling you how much you're worth. What are you waiting for? This business can be done part-time and many do start off this way. So this is really for anyone, no matter what your background or education or experience. It's for anyone that's open-minded, that's looking for a side gig, and one that can potentially create leveraged income for your future. So one of my dreams was that when I started a family, that I would be able to show my son the places that he would read about and have him see it in person. If he learned about the pyramids in Egypt or if he read about the Great Wall of China, I want to take him and show it to him so that he can see it for himself. And I look forward to the day that I will get to show him these beautiful landmarks. And as a first-time mother, when I had my son now 5.5 years ago, I was able to stay at home and enjoy every milestone with him. And I worked when I could from home, but mostly it was a priority to take care of my son. And I didn't have to commit myself to showing up to an office or a studio to teach. And I was able to do that because of a decision that I made 9 years ago to do this business. So in spite of what's going on in the world right now, I feel so blessed that the Nu Skin business continues to not only survive, but to thrive during this difficult time. And so the business and the company has stayed strong through the many recessions and ups and downs. It will now be up to you. How big do you want to build your empire? So I hope and I look forward to the day when we will be able to see each other again in person. And thank you for spending your time here today with me. And I look forward to one day meeting you all at one of our success trips. Thank you.